Hey, Jacob.
Oh, hey, Matt.
What are we driving today?
Oh, it's a SsangYong Musso.
Oh, SsangYong. You know, I'm probably one of the only car journalists out there that actually owns a SsangYong.
That's a bit presumptuous of you.
My SsangYong chairman. Well, in Australia, I'm sure. Anyway, my SsangYong chairman.
I thought your dad bought it off you.
No, he hasn't bought it. He just gets it. This is the SsangYong Musso Ultimate. It's also fully optioned. It's got the XLV pack, which gives it a longer wheelbase, coil-sprung rear suspension, and a better tune for the engine. And then it's also got a Luxe pack, which gives it Napa leather, cooled and heated seats, dual zone climate control, a sunroof, heated rear seats. And Jacob, you know, you put that on a Ranger, you're probably gonna be spending what, 80 grand, 83 grand for the Ranger Platinum. Guess how much it costs here?
I don't know, like 90 grand?
Yeah, 47.
What? What did that grass ever do to you?
Absolutely nothing. I'm just very excited to tell you about the SsangYong Musso. Look, it's not all amazeballs, all right? But it's still very, very good. So today we're gonna go through an exterior tour of the SsangYong Musso. We're gonna check out the interior. We're gonna drive it. We're gonna drive it along the road, then we're gonna performance test it. 0 to 100 performance test using way overpriced specialist timing gear. And then I'm gonna give you my final thoughts on the SsangYong Musso and how does it compare to the GWM Cannon, which we really liked, Jacob, and also the Mitsubishi Triton. This thing's big competitor.
Quite a few competitors.
But before we get into that, I need to thank today's channel sponsor. Thank you to today's video sponsor, Wipertech. Wipertech sell high quality and durable wiper blades delivered straight to your door. Designed for all Aussie conditions, these blades fight rust, reduce wind lift, and glide smoothly thanks to their aerodynamic design and Teflon embedded rubber. They're easy to install, offer a perfect fit guarantee, and backed by a full 12-month warranty. Click the link below and use code CarSauce15 during checkout to get 15% off your order plus free express shipping. Thanks to Wipertech for sponsoring today's video. So the SsangYong Musso has been on sale for quite some time now, but I still think it's a really handsome ute.
Yeah, it's got a really nice face.
Yeah, it's not too much, it's not too little. You do get these nice lights here, LED daytime running light, also LED turning signal. They are by Xenon headlights though, which aren't necessarily the best. They're a bit of an older technology, but whatever. You've also got some fog lights here, a big grille, huge. Also, Jacob, SsangYong badge there. Guess what that means?
I have no idea.
It means 2 dragons intertwined, rising up to heaven. What I learned from my SsangYong chairman. Down here, you've also got a radar. It's actually quite interesting because this thing doesn't have radar cruise control. I wonder if it even has that capability, but up there you do get some cameras as well. I'd love to tell you how safe it is. However, this thing has not been crash tested by ANCAP, so yeah. I don't know. Now, coming to the side, Jacob, you're gonna see these 18-inch wheels. I like how they're blacked out. They're also wrapped in some Kumo tires, so these are very much highway terrain tires. I wouldn't be doing much off-roading in them, if any at all. You've got a 360 camera here. Pretty impressive to see that at this price point, although the Canon GWM does come with that. You've also got keyless entry and go. Again, nice to see. No privacy glass. It's also very square, you know?
Yeah, I don't even know if you can get a sports bar on this one.
No. Anyway, it is what it is. You're gonna notice a huge overhang at the back, and that's because this has the XLV package, which means it's got the extended wheelbase. That does make a major change though, because it removes the leaf spring suspension and replaces it with coil sprung suspension, which if you're gonna be using this as a work vehicle is not quite as good because you get more volume in the tub, but you can't put as much weight down. However, it does mean that it's way more comfortable on road. So if you're gonna be buying this as more of a lifestyle ute, this is 100% the way to go. But it also means you shouldn't load too much just at the back because that'll make your ute like that, Jacob.
It might pop a wheelie.
Might do a mono.
Sick.
Let's check out the back. Okay, Jacob, coming to the bum, and the design is pretty okay. Doesn't blow my little mind.
No, it's pretty plain. Pretty plain.
The lights here, they're all halogen bulbs, but I guess it's a fine design. Again, SsangYong badge. I like the Musso badging there though. You've also got 4x4, 4x4, and SsangYong badge there too. You've also got your reverse camera. Check this out, Jacob. Oh,
it's a step.
Well, actually is the only step to really get in, but we'll come back to that. This has a 3.5-ton braked towing capacity.
That's pretty bloody good for its torque number.
Yeah. It's definitely doesn't have the best, but we'll come back to how it drives. As a bit of an aside, Jacob, I don't really love these tonneau covers. I'll just
Yeah.
Anyway, there's no torsion bar there, so it is still pretty heavy. I can't be bothered pulling that up, but we did shoot B-roll with it up. So I'm going to put the figures on the screen now for exactly how big this thing is, but it actually is really decent when you go for the long wheelbase. By the way, that adds another 10 centimeters or so to the wheelbase, so you get more space on the inside. Again, we'll come back to that. But as it stands, it's actually a pretty impressive place, isn't it, Jacob?
Yeah, it's very usable.
Very usable. You can lie down in it if you so please, as I have done.
As you always do.
Some say it's a really good looking me in the back. But hey, that might not be you, Jacob. Let's check out the interior. Alrighty, coming now into the interior. And the reason that I'm starting outside is because this thing doesn't have any side steps. So it's very awkward to get in and out.
Bit of a weird decision there, I think.
A weird omission there, SsangYong. But other than that, I'm insanely impressed with the interior of this thing, Jacob.
I mean, just look at it.
When you take into perspective that this thing is 47 grand, you really just wonder with other manufacturers, what's going on? You know,
It's either SsangYong is really bloody good or the other ones are screwing you over.
that's a big statement from a big boy. So let's talk about what they get right. First of all, design. You've got some really cool design elements like this leatherette here, soft touch materials pretty much everywhere. You do have some scratchy materials, but everywhere that you touch is nice and soft. The steering wheel feels so good. So weird that Utes do this so well now, but it really does. You've even got a heated steering wheel here because we have the Lux Pack, Jacob.
Hell yeah, we do.
They did sneak in a few upgrades for this model here, including this digital instrument cluster up in front of you. Look, it's not the best. Okay, it's a little bit washed out in graphics. It's quite slow to respond, but it does show plenty of information. So I don't know, it's kind of one of those set and forget things. They also revised some of the upper dashboard. So you've got, I don't know, new storage area there. These seats here are unreal. One of my biggest complaints with a lot of Utes, including the GWM, is that they don't have enough adjustment in them. These ones here, you lift up. Oh, guess what? I've got under thigh support and it's all adjustable. I've got lumbar support. Not to mention these seats are Napa leather.
I thought you were joking when you said that earlier.
Yeah, no. Napa leather seats, they feel incredible. They're also heated and cooled. Why aren't more seats cooled? Why is the only car you can get them in a bloody Ranger at $83,000? Seriously. Sunroof. It's got a sunroof. Why don't more Utes have sunroofs? It's awesome. Anyway, rant over. You've got some cool design elements there too. The infotainment display is pretty poor. In fact, I'd say it's one of the worst in the class, but it works, it's functional. You have wide Apple CarPlay, wide Android Auto, so I'm not gonna complain too much about it. Sound system in here is actually pretty okay as well. You've got dual zone climate controls here as part of that Lux package. It's all physical, it's all just easy to use. Again, why can't more Utes do that, or at least stay with that? You've got a couple of USB-C ports down there, a 12-volt socket. You've also got a cigarette lighter. Don't smoke. And you've got a cool little feature here where you can prop your phone up. Don't watch things while driving, but maybe when you're parked at Macca's or something, you can set your phone up there. That's pretty cool. Your shifter is okay. You do have your drive mode selected there as well. You've also got your four-wheel drive selected. Now, this thing is a proper four-wheel drive. It is only part-time four-wheel drive, so that means that when you're driving on sealed surfaces, i.e. the road, you have to keep it in two-wheel drive or you will damage your transfer case. But it does have 4 high for when you're on looser surfaces and also 4 low. So this thing has a low-range transfer case and it's also got an automatic Eaton locking rear differential, just like the Mahindra pickup.
An air locking diff.
Yeah. You've also got a couple of cup holders here. Pretty bad design because they're at a terrible angle, just like the Amarok. You've got a soft center armrest with plenty of storage on the inside. You've got a pretty massive glove box there too. And it all just feels really solid, really well put together. Listen to this, Jacob.
Oh, not bad.
Felt good.
Did it? Do it again.
Yes.
Oh, one more time, please. Nice.
Feels well built.
What if the door just fell off?
And thankfully, they're not in bankruptcy anymore. So that's a big whew.
If you're SsangYong.
Especially as a SsangYong owner myself. Let's check out the back seats. Okay, now coming into the back, I want to start by saying you can't lift up the back seats, but you do have quite a lot of storage underneath them, which is pretty good. The other thing, Jacob, I don't know, I'm a little bit disappointed with the back seats of the SsangYong Musso, if I'm being totally honest with you.
Why is that?
We're in the extra long wheelbase, right? I don't have much space. I'm 5'11". I'm really not that tall. There's not much leg room. There is enough toe room, and headroom is really, really good, but I really would have expected some more space sitting behind myself. The other thing is there's no like USB ports back here. So if you got kids, you're gonna know that that's frustrating. As a kidless man myself, I will say that's probably gonna frustrate you. You do have a couple of air vents though, so that's always a good positive. You've also got heated seats back here as part of that package, Jacob.
Yeah, so your kids will just be fast asleep.
Fast asleep with a nice toasty bottom. You do have a center armrest, Napa leather, with a couple of cup holders in there too. Again, the seats back here, unreal. So nice. The quality is just so high in the SsangYong Musso, including even these map pockets here. Like, they just feel so good. They look amazing, like good attention to detail in a pretty cheap ute. But Jacob, I think it's time we drive this thing.
Is it?
I guess so.
Okay.
Alrighty, friend, driving the SsangYong Musso, I feel like I'm in my home. You know?
You are a proud SsangYong owner.
As a proud SsangYong owner, I'm back to my roots, baby.
Does it feel like an S-Class in here?
Not quite chairman levels of comfort, but we'll come back to that. So, powering the SsangYong Musso XLV is a higher output tune, believe it or not, than a non-XLV. So we have 133 kilowatt of power, nice, 420 newton meters of torque. Nice, that's up 20 newton meters, bro.
That's not bad.
And right now we are driving in eco mode, but if we press this drive mode select, I'm so sorry. If we press this drive mode selector button, we put it in power mode.
Power.
Do you mind if I give it a little bit of sauce?
Give it some powerful sauce. I think you jumped back there.
I did.
But
it was in anticipation.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, it can actually get pretty quick for a cheaper ute.
Look, it's definitely not the most powerful ute on the market, but I don't think it's meant to be.
No, it does have a 6-speed Aisin torque converter gearbox, which seems pretty good. The other big change for the XLV is the fact that it has independent rear coil sprung suspension. That's a lot of verbiage, isn't it?
Yeah, you don't see that very often on a dual cab ute.
You really never see it because although it does decrease the payload capacity in the rear, frankly, it makes the driving more comfortable.
100% agree.
So who wouldn't want that?
I mean, it decreases the payload capacity, right?
That's true.
So those people.
the real ute buyers.
The real proper ute buyers.
But for like a lifestyle ute, this is awesome.
Exactly. And it's like for someone like me who would buy a ute as a car first, ute second, it makes a lot of sense.
The other thing that having coil sprung rears helps with, Jacob, is technically its handling. So we're going to give it some twisty sauce here. We're not going to go too heavy, but then at the end of the day, this is still a dual cab ute. But I will say, it's actually pretty impressive.
I mean, as far as utes go, it's actually not bad.
It's not bad at all.
Ooh.
And you just you just finished your week of testing with the GWM Canon XSR. And what would you say?
It's a good reference point because I would say that this feels probably pretty similar in terms of power output.
It does.
I do feel like it's a little more responsive, like the transmission is a little bit more responsive.
Agreed.
But the power feels very similar, but the comfort is where this thing shines.
And it's just, it's the small refinement things. Like, everything here is familiar. I completely understand this layout. It's totally logical. It's not gonna blow your mind, but we don't have incorrect spelling, for example, with the voice assistant. It just works.
It is quality, and it's all put together really well. There's no rattling on the interior. There's absolutely, in fact, it's so quiet in here.
It's really quiet. It's really quiet.
So quiet, and you get a pretty big sunroof too.
It's refined. Excuse me. Off. We can't. I almost broke my camera there. But
that was a close call.
There's no wind noise coming from it. It's actually all very impressive.
Like, genuinely.
Really impressive. But this is the ultimate. Oh, that was pretty good.
Yep.
I was expecting a bigger hit there. This is the ultimate test. We're about to go up Saucy Corner.
This is the #1 most important test of any ute.
As we all know. We're going to brake boost launch it. But first, you're going to tickle my very small pickle.
Ooh,
let's go.
It's got launch mode.
Oh my God. Actually impressive. So it is rear-wheel drive only on these sealed surface roads, but there was no wheel spin there. XSR just completely lost it. All right, First corner. Oh,
Hey.
it's actually all right.
Yeah, it's not breaking anything. Like it's good.
It doesn't have like a fully intrusive stability
Yeah.
system. Come on. I didn't even have to double cross my
That
hands
was
over.
great. Yeah.
So the steering is actually quite direct. Most utes, in fact, every ute I've
It's
ever
so
driven,
light that you have to-
you have to cross your hands over on
Yeah,
that
yeah.
second hairpin. This is pretty good,
Genuinely impressed with this car.
man. I'm shooketh. I'm shooketh. All right, the ultimate test though, Jacob. That's the 0 to 100 performance test. Let's test it out.
Let's do it.
All right, friends, it's time to performance test this. We have our specialist timing gear here. Uses lots of satellites, more than.
You get back on there. It felt the pressure of your words.
All right, traction's off. Let's brake boost, launch it.
Oh,
Okay, come on. Bit of wheel spin. Nothing Daddy can't handle.
come on. Oh, it's really not.
Come on.
Ooh.
Oh,
That's probably what I expected, to be
yeah,
honest.
it's about there.
Yeah.
0 to 100 in 11.49 seconds. It's okay
Yeah,
for you.
it's not bad.
Alrighty, friend. Final thoughts on the SsangYong Musso Ultimate.
This thing surprised me, man.
It is genuinely awesome. I mean, you can get so many good utes now at this price point, and this is just another contender. I wish I checked it out a lot earlier, to be honest. You guys have been asking me for a long time, and I just haven't gotten around to it. But now that I have, I feel like at this price point, it's really hard to go past the SsangYong Musso. It just feels like the most refined at this price point. The cooled seats, the heated seats, the Napa leather seats, the way it drives with the coil sprung rear, it just feels like a really complete package for its price. It maxes out at 48 grand drive away. Unreal. Let me know what you guys think though. Down in the comment section, which ute would you get? This or a GWM Canon X? Ciao for now.
Bye-bye.